Hello and welcome to another training video for Zenpod. In this one, we will discuss what creativity is and how you can attain it. You will probably have heard of the phrase, think outside the box. But what does that even mean? Supposedly, it refers to challenging the norm on yourself in order to come up with more out there ideas. Excuse the pun. But how can you know what's outside the box if you're not familiar with what's inside? The outside is, after all, defined by the box itself. So, is the box inherently bad? I would argue that it's not. At this point, I would like to ask you to put on your headphones. You didn't yet. Please do. We are now inside the creativity box. The box is a comfort zone, an already explored space, either by us or someone else. Within the box are things that you can utilize either by including or challenging them, or even going against them. The box is just another tool in your arsenal to create things. We have established what inside the box is. Is there a box all there is? There's outside the box. Supposedly, outside are unexplored places and wild creatures waiting to be discovered and tamed. How can you navigate the wilderness and not get lost? You would need a compass and a map, which means that you need a sense of direction. That's your idea, your subject, along with the vision you have for it. You need to research and understand it so you can find interesting angles to approach it. But wait, is there even a box in the first place? Did you realize there's no video? You don't need to look at your screen anymore. Box or no box, creativity varies in how and when it comes to each and every one of us. It can be scary as a dark box, or intimidating as vastness outside of the box. When it comes to triggering or channeling it, different things work for different people. Some like listening to music, perhaps a genre or album, to set a specific mood or tone for themselves. Some even like listening to the same song on repeat. Others like to grab a piece of paper and a pencil in order to detach themselves from the digital world and the constraints of the medium of choice. Find what works for you and go. Creativity is a strange and often elusive beast. It can't be confined to when you choose. It is always on. And thus, inspiration can come when taking a shower or when doing something else entirely. It can even come when you're about to fall asleep or straight up wake you up in the middle of the night. Find a way that works for you to document it so that you can harness it at a more convenient time. Record yourself, take notes on your phone, or just use a good old post-it note. In this terminally online reality, our brains are constantly stimulated. You are always watching, reading, chatting, consuming content. All that input can be beneficial for you and your projects, but it's important to remember to let your mind wander. Find ways and times within the day to do nothing or even get bored. Creativity and inspiration thrive when you are idle. Let your brain do its thing. Creativity can also be a collaborative thing, regardless of your project being team-based or solo. Bouncing off ideas with friends, colleagues, people you agree or even disagree with can give you new perspectives on your project and spark exciting ideas. Creativity also means that you often need to try things out and sometimes you need to take risks. You might fail, Not all ideas work out, and that's fine. It's all part of the process. So try things out and don't be afraid to fail. That's how you build experience and expertise in whatever you do. This was supposed to be an instructional/introduction video on inspiration and creativity. And while it started as such, it ended up sounding more like a cross between a meditation soundscape and a motivational podcast, while still delivering on its goal. How did this come to be? I started by identifying my target, which was to talk about creativity. I looked up online what other people had to say about it. I started taking notes on what drives my own creativity, and I discussed this with my friends and colleagues. I kind of knew I wanted to make something that would be sort of meta, illustrating the actual process of creativity within the very medium. So, I wrote down the ideas that came to me at random moments. I then put my favorite synthwave album and started tapping the lines that I'm now reading into this microphone. Pretty neat, right? You didn't expect this from a video, or a podcast, or whatever this is.